I forgot to open chat. I'm a dummy. Okay. We're about halfway through the game. Hi Ash, welcome to Women's Crush Wednesday. I think your crush is Yaya, right? Are you ready to go? Because I'm ready to go. So hold on to your horses, here we go.
Midnight each day.
On Valentine's night.
Time as you know it freezes.
20 minutes past 10.
Keep up, Doctor.
Thinks we're going to smother her in her sleep.
I'm a grave digger, Doctor.
I was at home.
David is my husband.
All on my lonesome.
Stabbed him with a steak knife.
Nothing changes.
I'm a qualified angel of death.
When I'm dancing,
You get this day over and over.
Hilda.
I black out.
I don't think she's got long.
And Laurie just...
Naked on the beach.
All these crazy
Is that it for
people.
today?
David hunts,
I can change my skin.
then skins.
Dr. Dekker dated his patients.
I had a hot date.
We went out for drinks.
I took photos of Jessica.
Dr. Dekker did
On
phone
Valentine's Day.
and ask me for Nathan's
That's the
number.
dress.
There was a girl there.
Am I wrong to keep the locket?
I'm allowed to talk to her, aren't
He
I?
was preoccupied with finding
Photographs.
patterns.
Rocking chair.
I haven't been back to the beach since
I had a bit of a shaky loop incident.
where I find something
I set fire
beautiful in the sea.
to Hannah's clothes in the garden. I dug the grave.
I wish I'd said goodbye.
Dr. Dekker cursed me. It didn't weigh enough to have a body in it.
In case you weren't here, that's a good summary of the game. A whole bunch of crazy people, and I'm trying to figure out which one of them killed their psychiatrist. So where was I? I don't have any more questions for him. I don't have any more questions for her right now. I haven't even started asking her questions. Oh. I haven't even started asking her questions either. Or him. Okay. So, who are we starting with? Let's continue with Yaya. I don't remember what I asked before, so let's just double check. Do you believe in psychokinesis? Let's keep asking about psychokinesis.
Not at all in my experience. Dr. Dekker had an unusual number of patients who claimed psychokinesis. Either he'd been specifically looking for them or someone had been sending them.
Oh, right. That's a calendar up by the round painting. I was just looking at it all confused. Yes,
It's
I'm
entirely
sorry.
possible that someone is targeting this practice with psychokinetic patients. To what end, I don't know. It's no coincidence that most psychokinetic patients are diagnosed as insane, or at least temporarily insane. It's a handy diagnosis if you're facing criminal prosecution, especially if it's for murder.
That's at least one of them.
How do you make people who think they have special powers better? Do you remain passive and support, encourage them, take them away?
Good question.
He probably did his fair share of helping and hindering. He was definitely helping in the beginning, but then seemed to lose sight of things. I think he was so overwhelmed by the patients he was getting. His curiosity just got the better of him. There was a definite turning point.
Why is she not wearing shoes? I'm a little weirded out by that. I mean, yes, it's the therapist's office, but you're not wearing shoes at work?
Somewhere around the time Professor Alderby turned up, that seemed to unsettle him. And then we had a flood of extra weird patients. I think it was all too much for him. I think I misjudged him. I hope
I
you
wish
deal
I
with it
could ask
better.
that. Actually, let's try. Are you psychokinetic? No, I wanted to autocorrect. It's kinetic.
I don't know.
Okay. That's about as good an answer as I would ever get. Sorry. So, what should a therapist do if he thinks he has superhero patients? Encourage their powers, remove their powers, or just, be a psychiatrist? Good question. Good question. I'm gonna need to ponder that for a moment. Yes, it was an I don't understand the question, I don't know. But let's just pretend. So let's deal with this guy for a moment.
Professor Warwick, I'm a physicist. Where's Dr. Dekker?
Dead?
Is he really? Actually dead?
I feel like I'm
Not a
fired.
worthy adversary after all, then. Dr. Dekker challenged me. He tried to use my theories against me. Quantum theories. Do you really want to know? Dekker's eyes used to glaze over whenever he talked
Mine
about
probably
that.
will too.
He didn't believe in quantum physics. As if it's something that you can optionally believe in. Well, it started with an experiment.
The one with the glass?
Have you heard of quantum suicide, Doctor?
Well, I have seen Ant-Man. Does that help? Does that answer your question? I sort of know what quantum suicide is. Yes.
Well, then I'll be brief. According to the laws of quantum suicide, if I were to shoot myself now, then one branch of my timeline would result in my death, whilst the other in my continued existence. I simply applied that logic to something different.
That's not what I was thinking of, but
Gambling.
sure.
I set up an experiment whereby I would visit a casino and place a very large bet at a roulette table. Now, I would always bet on odd. Now, the results of this particular experiment were mundane. I won as many times as you would expect according to the laws of probability. But then, I changed a parameter.
What parameter was that?
Quantum suicide required a loss of life to make it a realistic thought experiment.
Okay.
So I simply upped the stakes. Now, every time I bet on odd, I would place everything I had on that one spin of the wheel, and it worked. Well, for a while.
Define worked.
Dr. Dekker killed it, and I can't get it back. Well, my theory, quantum gambling. If the stakes are high enough, you will win every time by simply shifting your consciousness into that branch that wins. It's tricky, but it can be done. Dr. Dekker didn't like that. He saw me becoming rich and powerful, and he hated that.
I
That's why he
found
proffered
an
to hang those
Ethernet cable
photos.
underneath my TV. I'm confused. I don't remember why it's there.
Honestly? Well, I think he feared quantum physics. He didn't like things being explained in terms of science. Almost as if
You mean
he
a
preferred
scientist has
chaos.
problems with Okay. I'm not okay with you drinking whiskey in my office in the middle of the day. But
Why
sure.
not gambling? My wife Vanessa left me for a neurosurgeon. She emptied our entire combined wealth into her barrister's
Bitter
wallet.
much?
I needed more money. Physics provided me with a solution.
It also provided you
imagine
with
a
an
judge sentences
excuse.
you to death. Now, it will be Monday or Tuesday next week, but it will be a surprise. Well, which day do you think you'll be executed?
No, I fear his quantum alcoholism. Not the same as quantum drinking. Anyone who thinks it's appropriate to drink during therapy needs a lot more therapy. Tuesday. Because
Well, it can't be
they'll
Tuesday,
wait.
because if you're still alive on Monday at midnight, then you know you'll be executed on Tuesday, so it won't be a surprise. Conversely, it can't be Monday either, because, well, you'll be expecting it to be Monday by deduction. Hence,
Oh, thank you.
paradox.
Thank you. Trophy,
Dr.
thank
Dekker
you.
tricked me.
Sorry for the fuss. I apparently just received a trophy. I'm not gonna blue screen you and check on it because I don't want to anger the PlayStation gods longer than I need to.
He told me that sometime in the future I would lose a bet, that I would lose all of my money. Now, this didn't seem likely because I had quantum gambling on my side and it was working. But he unnerved me. He made me doubt myself.
Sorry.
And then it happened. Recently, I lost everything that I'd managed to build up since Vanessa left me.
What a surprise. Gambling doesn't,
We were married
completely
for 14
work.
years, 7 months, and 3 days. Vanessa couldn't have children. At least that's what she told me. She grounded me in reality. I'm not complaining. It's probably what I needed. But part of me always thought that one day I'd achieve immortality through science and we'd be... It wasn't to be, though. Well, yes, it bothered me, especially now that I find out that she's pregnant. Oh, no, it wasn't a rocket scientist that was required, but a brain surgeon, it seems. I have considered putting that neurosurgeon onto his darkest timeline. But I'm not a killer, it would seem.
No, you're just psychotic enough to think you might want to.
I was at a fundraiser for a charity called Mind Stretch Outreach. Don't know how I got roped into that, I can't remember. But it was full of very clever children with bizarre outlook on life.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Jaya. It was Jaya who asked me to go.
Why would she ask him to go and not go herself?
It's full of poor kids with very capable minds. I did give them a talk on quantum tunneling once, and they loved it. Not sure it'll put dinner on the table for any of them, though. Oh, she's Dr. Dekker's lovely assistant. I imagine she's your lovely assistant now. Yeah, she always smiles and makes me a cup of tea before a session. That smile. Which reminds me, my session. Can we talk about my problem now?
We've only been talking about your problem for a lot of this session.
I'm not a gambler, Doctor. I'm a scientist. I need more money. It's true I've run out of money for my research.
Then maybe you should search for grants. I'm really sorry. I don't know why I'm so tired of these days.
A very wealthy group of individuals have offered to pay me a very large sum of money if I attend their next private soiree. They don't want to talk or anything like that. They want a practical demonstration.
You know, quantum grant writing could be sexy.
They'll pay me £1 million if I can successfully survive 6 rounds of Russian roulette.
There are only
Now,
6
I
bullets,
am
that's
worried
6
because of what
chambers
Dr. Dekker
in a
said,
round of
but,
Russian roulette.
Well, I can't help but thinking that the stakes are so high I can't possibly lose. What do you think, Doctor? Should I take them up on their offer?
Let's see if the parser understands this. Only 6 chambers.
No, I don't know anything about that.
Okay, fine. Let's be simple about it. Gun? Question mark?
Do you know, you remind me of Dr. Dekker. He always used to ask
come
me
on.
questions I didn't know the answer to.
Bullets?
I don't know. No, I suppose you're right. In a darker timeline, you probably said yes, and I'm dead now. I earn good money where I work. How do I stop losing it?
Stop gambling? You said you're not a gambler, so stop gambling.
I take your point. But I suppose to decide whether to continue gambling or to stop gambling is a gamble within itself, isn't it? Well,
but that's not physics.
My time is up.
Oh?
Will we be having another session or... No, don't answer that. It'll turn you into a gambler like me.
Oh, fuck
Infectious.
off.
Isn't it?
Rude ass. Okay, let's go to Bryce. Bryce is the grave digger who thinks he has an extra hour, correct? Yes. How are
Hello,
you today?
Doctor. I've been thinking about our last session, and I just wanted you to know that I'm not a bad person. I know taking naked photographs is wrong, but you don't know what it's like until you face the same temptation. I'm assuming you don't know what it's like. Do you have an extra hour, Doctor?
No, but I sometimes have people sleeping around me and I don't take naked pictures of them.
Thank God for that. There's someone else in my hour. A hooded figure. Watching me and following me.
Steph?
I followed it too.
Okay, so not only do you have an extra hour, you're being stalked in your extra hour?
I don't know who it is.
There is so much to unpack here.
My initial thought was that it was you. That I told you about my affliction and somehow you'd got it too.
I wish.
Now I think maybe it's the military or some organization that wants to use the hour themselves. Maybe it's Dr. Dekker risen from the dead.
Yes, it's absolutely Dr. Dekker haunting you.
I spied on Dr. Dekker not long before he was murdered. I'm not sure I should tell you what I saw in his basement.
Please do.
I'd been feeling uneasy with Dr. Dekker for some time. I mentioned how he'd changed before, so I began spying on him at home. One night, the basement door was open, and Dekker was returning upstairs. I skipped past him, and there she was, a girl. It was difficult to tell. It was dark, and she was chained.
Okay.
I removed the chains, dressed her, and sat her in the police station. There's no evidence, though. No evidence of what he'd done. But she was free. I saved her. I'm not evil.
I am suddenly starting to understand things. The reason she has blackouts is because he keeps moving her around. Right? 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 No? Nothing? You know, I'm gonna try asking her that. Police station.
I really don't know.
I don't
I'm
remember who
actually
that
a
is.
classically trained pallbearer. There are a lot of health and safety considerations. Not everybody can do it. Well, properly at least. Occasionally I step in if the funeral director is short-shouldered. I do remember her face. She wasn't upset in the usual way. She seemed
Wait, who?
agitated. Her husband must have been a giant. The
Oh.
coffin was so heavy. I remember because aft port side sprained his ankle. That and he wasn't lifting correctly. I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about, Doctor. I saw Claire Castleford's husband in the coffin myself before carrying him to the grave. He is in the ground. I'm sure it wouldn't take much for the police to get an order to have him exhumed.
But why are
Just
we
make
talking
sure
about
it's done
this?
on Tuesday morning when I'm off.
Should I have talked to Claire before talking to him?
Whatever it is that's following me, it doesn't want to catch me yet. If I move towards it, it runs away. And when I follow it past temptations. A bar brawl, an open till, an open bedroom window. Like it's testing me. I looked in. Watching other people is somehow built into our genes, Doctor. There was an old woman in bed.
Really?
I went inside.
Really?
Her bed covers were smoking. I think she'd fallen asleep holding a cigarette.
Oh, okay.
I took the covers and put them in the bath. She'd have
Good
died
boy.
otherwise.
Good boy.
And no, I didn't take any pictures.
Good boy. Double good boy.
I split the brawl up. I did nothing. I'm not stealing any more. I'm surprised I haven't been approached earlier. I mean, my skills in the military. Special ops would be a breeze, wouldn't it? Waltz in past everyone during the midnight hour, get whatever you want, and return to friendly soil. It also makes me think that they might already know all of that, and that they want to get rid of me in case I tell anyone else.
Oh, you're so
Would you do
adorably
something for
paranoid.
me if they get me?
Yes, yes. I will help you if they get you. Yes.
Would you tell Jessica I love her? She didn't really know me that well, but I did love her. And also, there's a hard drive in the bottom drawer of my drinks cabinet. Please destroy it. Please, don't look at it.
Oh, you sweet summer child.
Dr. Dekker frequently used that paper spike on his desk as an example. I'm sure he did it with the other patients too. He'd make me look at it, touch the point to see how sharp it was. He'd tell me that because I think it's sharp, it will hurt me. But if I thought it was nothing, it could pass right through my hand.
Who is Jessica again?
I find using nautical terms to describe the position of pallbearers fitting. Plus, most of them are 3 sheets to the wind. You know, drunk. I put my hand through a rusty nail at work today. It hurt like hell and bled like I'd been shot. I closed my eyes and thought, this isn't happening. The nail is just a worm and it will wriggle through me. When I looked back, can you guess what I saw?
A nail?
When I looked back at my hand, it was healed.
Oh,
Look,
okay.
see?
So you must have run off or something. You didn't notice him saying that he was in Dr. Dekker's basement and found a girl chained up and moved her to a police station. And I said that's probably why Mariana is having blackouts. Because he keeps moving her. Yes, it is creepy AF. Absolutely creepy AF. Let me replay it. Here.
I'd been feeling uneasy with Dr. Dekker for some time. I mentioned how he'd changed before, so I began spying on him at home. One night, the basement door was open, and Dekker was returning upstairs. I skipped past him, and there she was, a girl. It was difficult to tell, it was dark, and she was chained.
And then...
I removed the chains, dressed her, and sat her in the police station. There's no evidence, though. No evidence of what he'd done. But she was free. I saved her. I'm not evil. I destroyed evil.
It happens. So let's ask him about Chained again and see if that triggers something new.
I don't know what you're getting at.
Oh, so it was in italics, but no? Okay.
Jessica is a beautiful woman.
Was Jessica the
I've
pizza
not spied
woman?
on her since the incident we talked about. I have real feelings for her, Doctor.
I don't remember.
We've never connected. Thank you, Doctor. Thank you. It's nice you think I'm capable of such basic interaction with females.
Females.
But I'm still in awe of
Yes,
her.
yes. Females.
I will think about it, though. My hand had healed. The nail had become a worm and was wriggling in my palm.
There never was,
It was
a
like
nail.
a little miracle. Like magic. I shouldn't really say miracle or magic. They're words that Dr. Dekker used when he tried to get you to think things and make them real. But do you think it's real, Doctor? That magic is real?
Yes.
Then so it is. Close your eyes.
Okay.
Imagine you're in a graveyard, looking at the gravestones. one catches your eye. So you take a picture of it. A picture that you now have.
Okay, so there's something going on with...
It makes for interesting reading, doesn't it? I can tell you're dying to ask me about it. Fire away. That's what it says. I can see you're confused. The police say that David is dead, fatally wounded when I stabbed him. The coroner says that David is dead. Everyone says that David is dead. There was even a funeral. But I know he's alive.
Let's try just writing in the ground.
Well, that's what he would say, isn't it? David wanted to have a talk about our relationship. Not something any married person wants to hear. He said he'd been with Iris for about a year and that he loved her. He said he didn't love me anymore. Which I know is a lie. You don't just fall out of love with somebody. I reacted badly. I grabbed the nearest weapon I could find, which happened to be the steak knife, and stabbed him with it. There was so much blood. I instantly regretted it. So I fixed him.
Of course you did. Wait, what? I must have zoned out. No. No. Okay, there was something in the arrest report. Neighbor. Yes, yes. Neighbor. Okay, let's just ask neighbor. No, that one. Neighbor.
My neighbours seem far more interested in my business than they are their own. The lake house only has one house opposite, and it was on sale for some time. I suppose I should have bought it.
That did not answer my question. Let's try again.
My neighbours seem far more interested in my business than they are their own.
Sale?
The lake house only has one house opposite, and it was on sale for some time. I suppose I should have bought it.
Sale? Sale.
I'm afraid I don't know the answer to that.
Of course you don't. Let's see if we can trigger her with the word blood.
It's a messy business, stabbing someone.
We can.
You'd imagine that it would be like slicing into a pie with all the filling just slowly oozing out, but it's so much more dramatic, like popping a cork of a bottle of champagne. Blood sprayed everywhere.
You are really crazy.
It was about a week later. I brought David back to life.
Of course you did.
Not with voodoo, not with virginal sacrifice. I just willed it to happen, and it did. Dr. Dekker told me it was possible, but only if you're not buried. He says once you're in the ground, there's no coming back. But until then, you have a chance at resurrection.
Of course you do.
Yes, resurrection. But now that I've seen the results, I don't think there's anything holy about it. I think reanimation is more an accurate term.
So zombie.
Like, I'm an evil necromancer,
Yes, zombie.
raising things from the dead.
Why does everything turn into zombies? I swear I did not know this part.
Yes, he did come back to life, but he's not a zombie. He looks like he always did. Just his mind is encumbered. There's no way back. I don't know, Doctor.
Fine.
I think his brain was already decaying during the week that he was
Well,
dead.
yes.
Important bits. So when I brought him back to life, I didn't heal him completely. Just gave him life in the state he was in. I mean, he's hunting and killing things and trying to roast them on fires he can only light with matches, but that's about it. He's your basic Neanderthal. So I have a problem.
You have several problems.
I'm being charged with murder because the police don't know he's still alive, and I can't get David to vouch for me for obvious reasons. I think it would raise quite a few more questions than answers, which is why I'm hoping that you'd be able to help me. Considering the circumstances, I'd be grateful if you could see your way to declaring me temporarily insane at the time of the murder, to lessen my sentence. Because I'm not a killer, but I can't prove otherwise. You don't still think I'm a killer, do you, Doctor?
I kinda do. But let's just keep
He's buried at
moving
Hendon
past
Church.
that.
You can go see for yourself. There's even a headstone. One of your other patients was a pallbearer. I never forget her face. You should ask him.
I did.
Bryce was a pallbearer for David. He's also a grave digger, I believe. Smuggling a body out of a funeral can be difficult, unless you pay the right people.
So I was supposed to talk to her before I talked to Bryce. Smuggling? Maybe? Yes.
I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about, Doctor. I saw Claire Castleford's husband in the coffin myself before carrying him to the grave. He is in the ground.
Heist?
I'm sure it wouldn't
What?
take much for the police to get an order to have him exhumed. Just make sure it's done on Tuesday morning when I'm off.
Okay, fine. I don't know who I'm asking about the heist, but let's go with heist. Or were you thinking about this company's other game?
No. You have an interesting aura, Doctor.
Okay. Exhume David. Yes, please.
Nope. Ask me another.
No? Oh. Ask police to exhume David.
You're overthinking things. You don't need to ask me that.
Okay. Well, you know, the parser in this game is kind of weird, so you can just throw anything at me and I don't mind trying it. As we saw in the stats... I'm trying to get to the stats. Oh, that button. As we saw in the stats, I'm halfway through the game, but I haven't gotten enough trigger words, so I'd be happy to get more trigger words. Claire. Paper spike.
Paper spike is an odd thing to use as a weapon.
Says the woman who
if
used
it
the
went
steak
directly
knife.
into the heart, it might work. Or through his eye, or perhaps through the ear into his brain. Or was it just a frenzied, bloody mess of a murder? Do you know, Doctor?
Someone has a fetish.
I've been to the lake house regularly, keeping an eye on David. I saw the girl again, the one I told you about. She was playing outside. At worst, it's manslaughter. I didn't mean to kill him. I just stabbed him a bit. And although he was dead for a week, I brought him back to life. Does this mean you won't help me? Was I temporarily insane?
I just stabbed him a bit.
I'm going to pretend that I didn't hear that. Let's have a few more sessions before you seal our fates. Or is it that you want something else? Like Dr. Dekker did.
What did Dr. Dekker want?
Dr. Dekker teased me mercilessly about my alleged ability. He didn't believe I'd reanimated David.
Mm-hmm.
Once he presented me with a dead mouse and commanded me to give it life again. I didn't, of course. It's not something I'd throw around lightly. He changed his mind about me eventually. And then he mentioned the girl. He told me he'd locked up a girl in the basement of his house. Just for me. And he asked me to reanimate her. It was Iris. I said I couldn't reanimate something that wasn't dead, and he said that wouldn't be a problem. So I agreed. I just played along. I was hoping it wasn't real. I assumed it wasn't real. But he was offering me what I wanted. A temporary insanity diagnosis.
And then Bryce came and grabbed her.
It didn't happen. Dr. Dekker called me from his house to cancel. He was furious. He said that Iris had escaped, and he blamed me for it. He said that I must have set her free after he told me about her. I knew it was all lies anyways. He was obviously titillating himself by reprimanding me. He knew I'd never want to speak to Iris again, so I couldn't prove it either way.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Dekker asked if I could prove David wasn't dead, so I took him to the lake house. He saw that I was telling the truth. I can take you to see him too, if you like. Would you like to see David, Doctor?
Let's think about that for a moment. And do we not have... You know what? Let's... Iris.
I don't know everything. I know most things, but not everything.
Let's ask him about Iris. But I really do think he's the one who keeps...
The girl who's chained in the basement. Her name is Iris. How do you know that? Not that it means anything. She wouldn't remember me anyway. Time was frozen.
Claire... I keep forgetting I can loop around.
No. Sorry.
Okay, let's go talk to Alien for a bit.
I'm fine. Work's fine. Hilda's fading fast. Terry's... Terry. Oh, you'd be pleased to know I don't have the locket anymore. I gave it back. All of it. Every single keepsake.
Good.
It's true then. I'd heard Dr. Dekker was stabbed, but I didn't know for sure. It's weird that whoever did it would choose the paper spike.
Why is that weird?
Dr. Dekker used to play with it in our sessions sometimes.
Okay.
You know, pick it up, handle it while we talked. I remember once, he pushed the spike through his skin. At this bit, here, between his thumb and his finger. He said he didn't think I'd mind the sight of blood, being a nurse and all that, but actually, there wasn't any. I was a bit freaked out. At first, I thought it was a trick. A magic trick, you know? Like some kind of therapeutic test. Show the patient this retractable spike and see how they react. But it wasn't. The spike was real. Dr. Dekker gave me the paper spike to try. It wasn't fake. It was pretty sharp, actually. I don't know how he did it. He said he just thought that it wouldn't hurt him, so it didn't. You told me to. Well, not in so many words, but you said I shouldn't have kept them. And what with Terry going around telling everyone I stole them, I didn't feel like I really had any choice. The lockets, the watch, the ring. But I kept the little bird Sarah Dekker gave me. I wasn't supposed to mention her.
Oh, Sarah Dekker?
Dr. Dekker's mother. She was one of my first patients.
Oh.
She died a while ago.
Oh, did he know this? Hang on. Sarah. Tell me more about Sarah.
Is that really what you want to talk about?
Yes. Tell me more about Sarah. Did Dr. Dekker know you were the patient?
No.
Sarah Dekker.
Dr. Dekker's mother. She was one of my first patients, but she died a while ago.
Well, yes. Tell me more. Sarah's death? Oops.
I don't know anything about that.
Fine. Bird? Bird. Don't you know that the bird is a word? Because everyone knows that the bird is a word.
It's just a little China bird, sort of a yellowy blue pattern on it. I don't think it's worth anything.
Fine, let's...
Hilda's nearing the end.
Yes, you said that.
She's been sleeping a lot, not eating much. She hasn't been that argumentative either. Although,
what was she arguing about?
A vicious scratch yesterday.
Okay, fine, let's go with her.
It was nothing. I was just trying to give her meds. It's hard, you know. I'm trying to help her, but she keeps fighting me. It'll be better after she's seen her daughter. I've decided I'm going to do it tonight. She hasn't got much time left.
You crazy woman. Argue...
Ask me something else. That one's a dud.
Did I misspell argumentative? I did a man.
I don't know. sorry.
You just said it. Hilda.
Hilda's nearing the end. She's been
Daughter?
sleeping a lot, not eating much. She hasn't been that argumentative either. Although, she did give me a
Scratch.
vicious scratch
Okay,
yesterday.
scratch. Wait, hang on, what's that? Okay, let's try scratch and see if that repeats or if it's new. Scratch is right there.
It was nothing. I was just trying to give her meds. It's hard, you know? I'm trying to help her, but she keeps...
Let's go with
fighting
daughter
me.
then.
It'll be better after she's seen her daughter. I've decided I'm going to do it tonight. She hasn't got much time left. Sorry, I wish I could help. You know the answer to that, Doctor. What have we been talking about? What can I do for Hilda that will make it all better?
Kill her? Is that what you're talking about?
Seriously? No, that isn't what I meant.
No, of course not.
That's the plan. I know, it sounds unbelievable, like I'm making it up. I wish I could prove it to you somehow. We could try shifting now.
Mm-hmm. But
Think
this
of
isn't
someone
the shape-shifting
you really
detective.
love. It might help if you close your eyes. Are you thinking of them? Can you picture them? Okay, hold on. Sorry, I don't think it's gonna work.
Mm-hmm.
On the bright side, that probably means you're not gonna die anytime soon.
Right. Yes.
It's tricky. I mean, I'll sound exactly like Hilda's daughter, but I try and keep it vague because I don't become her. I don't know what she would really say. I say things like, it's okay, don't be scared, I love you, Mum, or I love you, Dad. But it doesn't really matter what their relationship's like because it's not
There
really
was?
them. I always do the
Did you
Disney
clip
version.
it?
The best, most
Oh, trophy blip.
loving version.
But did you clip the weird thing
That's
that
what my
happened to her
patients
face?
want to hear. And maybe deep down they know it's not the truth, but
Yes, this is Twitch. We can clip. Clip, clip, clip. By all means, clip.
does it really matter if it isn't the truth? Isn't it worth it if it brings them peace? Tell me honestly, Doctor, do you really think that what I'm doing is wrong?
Yes, I do. I do.
So you're saying I should let Hilda die without seeing her daughter one last time?
No, I'm saying you should let her daughter see her one last time. That's... Ugh.
Good, because I really feel this is something I have to do. Like it's my calling or something.
You're psychotic.
Terry seems to have backed down since I gave the keepsakes back. Actually, it doesn't seem like she's been very well. Not her usual self. Maybe she's got a bug or something.
Okay, hang on. I just want to watch this clip of the weird face. I saw it. That was weird. I agree. I agree, that was weird. Okay, who are we?
It just makes things complicated, doesn't it? I knew Dr. Dekker's mother before I started seeing Dr. Dekker. She's dead, and now he's dead. I'm sure you're going to have a field day with it. Yeah, that's the reason I came to see him.
Oh,
I knew
you
she was
crazy
dying,
woman.
But he refused to talk to me unless I booked a session, so I did. And well, here we are. I told Dr. Dekker that his mum was dying, that he should see her before it's too late. But he wasn't interested. It wasn't like he hated her. It was just like it wasn't important. He asked me to take care of it for him.
Oh,
he did
come
send
on.
his assistant along to see her once. Sorry, your assistant. It was about the second, third session we had. He said he could tell that I was a good person, that I wanted to help people, and that I should think really hard about how I could do that.
Killing them?
That's how I discovered shifting.
Oh, come on, stop it with the shape-shifting. Okay, let's go to here and ask about Sarah.
No, that's not it.
Can I? No? Okay, fine. Let's go with Mother, maybe?
That's a strange question to ask. Are you feeling alright, Doctor?
Come on. So I'm sort of done there. I'm not done with Claire.
All Dr. Dekker did was encourage me to think. But the shifting, that's all me. And my mum's a psychic, and my sister's an empath, but I was just ordinary. I always felt like I wasn't special, like I was missing out. But I wasn't. I just hadn't discovered what I could do yet. Sarah Dekker was one of the first ones I tried shifting for. I didn't really know what I was doing that first time. I mean, I didn't actually expect anything to happen. I just thought, what would really help this woman? I thought maybe she would just imagine that he was there. But it actually happened. I changed into him, Dr. Dekker. It blew my mind. My mum's got these spirit guides and they tell her things. Mostly about my love life, it would seem.
Okay.
To tell you the truth, I don't really know what an empath is. I should probably Google it sometime. As far as I know, it only works on people who are close to death. That's the whole point of it. I have to hold their hand, and they have to think of the person, and they have to be near death. And those seem to be the 3 criteria.
You didn't hold my hand. So, Prosale was saying last week that he got them to green. I don't think I've ever gotten any of them to green, have I? Fine, I'll see David.
In our next session.
Okay.
How astute, Doctor. Yes, I did say I hadn't seen Dr. Dekker outside of our sessions. That wasn't a lie. Our trip to the lake house was made during a session. I didn't speak to her this time. Something about her made me feel uneasy.
I want chocolate.
I just watched her from the bedroom window. She'd caught a fish. She was holding it in her hands. I wasn't close enough to see, but for all intents and purposes, it looked as if the fish bit her.
Oh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I caught a fish alive.
I've never heard that rhyme before. Okay, I can't continue to the next day now, but I'm not sure I want to do that just yet.
What could possibly explain that?
Coma?
Since I brought him back, I felt that there was something different about him, something not quite right. I think it's his brain. But how ludicrous that you can bring someone back in the first place. It's like that book, Pet Cemetery.
Stephen King.
Funnily enough,
I've read
he
it,
does smell of
yes.
earth, but that's because he spends most of his time out hunting. I assure you, David is not a ghost. I've touched him. If David doesn't exist, then that means that I really did kill him. He really is buried, and I really should be going to prison for a very long time. That just doesn't seem right to me. It's more probable that I reanimated him under Dr. Dekker's guidance.
It is not. It really is not. Let's
Things
be
could
passive.
escalate. Building trust is one thing, but at what cost?
Huh.
Dr. Dekker did send me to see his mother once. She was dying in a nursing home and he didn't want to see her. I remember him calling her a manipulative, evil old hag. You tend not to ask any more questions after that. Honestly, I think Dr. Dekker had a bit of a crush on Mariana, or vice versa. I'm not really sure. There's some footage from their home sessions if you want to see them.
Yes.
That was a joke, Doctor. I guess we found our level.
Rude.
Oops, that was a strange thing to say, wasn't it? Whipped. Am I all whips and chains in the bedroom or dominant in the boardroom? Don't answer that, it's not a question. It's early days for a harassment suit yet, what with Ben's nervous shock already.
Women's Crush Wednesday. Okay, now let's try Iris.
I don't know anything about that.
Fine. Do you have anything you desperately need me to ask, or should I continue to the next day? Because I can't think of anything right now. Yeah, no. No. Oh, yes.
You can stop looking at me like that. You've made me do this.
Okay.
Don't try and escape. You're all tied up.
Okay.
Now tell me the truth. Is this a dream?
No. What? What are you wearing? No, it's not a dream.
That's the wrong answer, Doctor. This is most definitely a dream. Now, tell me, do you believe that people can have kinetic powers?
Yes? Question mark?
And how do we treat people with kinetic powers? Do we encourage them or do we discourage them?
Be passive. Fine.
Oh, Doctor. How disappointing. We've been through this already.
I didn't
Encouraging
do
them
it.
to use their power just makes
Okay,
them worse.
I'm sorry.
That's what Dr.
I
Dekker
forgot.
did. Look at him now. I thought you were different. Oh, I thought we'd get on, but I'm wrong. Enjoy your sleep, Doctor.
So she's an incubus or something?
There's someone else in my hour.
I brought David back to life.
I removed the chains, dressed her.
It was Iris.
We could try shifting now.
Would you like to see David, Doctor?
Sorry.
We've both read The Cult of the Kinetic Mind, and that broke. It's no coincidence that most psychokinetic patients are
Grateful if you could see your way to declaring me
insane, or at least
temporarily insane.
There was no flame. And then there was.
I'll kiss a guy,
I pretended like the hypnosis had worked.
and then he just follows me
Can we maybe not talk about Hannah anymore?
wherever I go.
It may just still pull out in front of the driver.
I should have known that. I've seen enough Supernatural to... Oh, probably a trophy buzz
Morning,
thing.
Doctor. Looking a bit unwell. Are they getting you all wound up? Well, have a look at this. I found it in Dropbox. Apparently, Dr. Dekker lent Mariana some money. Sounds dodgy, doesn't it? I also got the toxicology report back from Officer Yates, and shocker, Dr. Dekker had... Sorry, you just have to read it. I should have spoiler alert tattooed on my forehead. And
they misspelled Dekker in the subtitles just there.
Today, I'm all sorts of behind on work, and I'm getting more stressed out watching it all pile up. If you need anything, though, I'm here.
Okay, toxicology report. Benzos? Temazepam? Is Benzos a sleeping pill or is it a painkiller? I don't remember. And loan agreement. £15,000? That's a lot of money. A lot of money. I'm sorry. Yes, of course she is. Scarlet. Glenn? Is Glenn new? I think Glenn is new. Scarlet we've seen before, right? I think so. Let's start with Claire. How are you?
There's no lake house today, sorry.
Of
David's
course
not doing
there
very
isn't.
well. He's caused a problem with the girl. I need to do something. The little girl, our neighbor at the lake house, she says David is weird and creepy.
Doctor! Oh, sorry, but I found some of the referral letters we were talking about. There is a pattern, but it's not the same for everyone. You said to get them to you ASAP, so here you go.
Okay. Referral letter 1. Hackett and Brown. MSSRS. Well, she did hack him. Shartoken Ba. Shartoken Ba. Shart Token Ba. I'm sorry. This is probably not what I'm supposed to be realizing. I'm just cat around back. Wait, hang on. Are they all? What's the thing? Anagrams? CHART. They're all anagrams, right? Shartoken. CHARTTOKEN. Yes. Shartoken Brown. Yes. And what was the final one? That was the for level 1. Yes. Shartoken Ball. Yes, they're all anagrams. So they're fake. Wait, where's Yaya? There's Yaya. Wait, hang on. Lawyers. Referrals.
No, sorry.
Anagrams? Let's try anagrams.
I spotted that. All the solicitors' names are anagrams of each other. But why would someone need so many aliases to refer patients? I got a bit weirded out thinking it might be connected to Dr. Dekker's murder, so I just stopped thinking. Oh, don't get me started.
Wait, who was it? It was... another client? Vague. Him. Okay, one of the male clients, so not alien. And Mariana. And Claire, right? Yes. Let's ask Bryce. Referral.
I was one of Dr. Dekker's first patients. I wasn't referred by anyone. My GP recommended I saw someone privately. I think he was just sick of listening to me complain about how little time I had during our 10-minute slot.
Okay, so let's go to Nathan. Referrals.
My solicitors assured me that I wouldn't have to discuss anything about my trial with you, so I'm not going to. Concentrate on my state of mind, and let me worry about other things.
Okay, so him, Nathan, Mariana, and Claire are somehow planted in here. Okay, let's ask her about this.
It's a referral letter, Doctor. Don't overthink it. A girl can't be too careful with everything that's been going on.
No? Okay. Okay. So it's a problem on your end, not mine. Let's ask her. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, everything was fine here. Let's ask her about referrals.
My solicitors did refer me, but I ended up going privately as it was cheaper. I'm paying them enough already without them getting a percentage of my therapy bill.
Wait, hang on. No? So this is definitely fake. Left Wish Court. Let's ask about that. Left Wish Court.
That's not relevant.
Okay. You get to decide what's relevant. Perfect. Okay, let's continue with Mariana.
I feel thirsty, Doctor. And hot. Do you have any water?
I kind of have a dress like that as well. No, that's not what I wanted.
I've been drinking a lot of water recently. I didn't go to the beach. I didn't go to the sea. I said I would, but I didn't. I've been feeling this way for a while. It's like it's getting worse because I didn't go to the sea. It's like I'm having...
Withdrawal?
I don't feel well. I feel sick most of the time, dizzy, thirsty. I got a head fog like you wouldn't believe. My doctor, Dr. Rose, sent me for blood tests. Dr. Rose thinks maybe I have a vitamin deficiency. I can tell she has no idea. She smiles, but she hasn't got any answers. I think I probably need to go back to the beach. The sea, Doctor. It's calling me.
Yes, because you're a siren. Let's see what happens if I ask her about sirens.
I have this recurring dream. I'm at the beach. I strip and walk into the sea. The sea feels warm and comforting. Not cold and harsh like you'd think. I swim down to the bottom of the ocean. I can breathe freely. I can breathe water. On the ocean floor ahead of me, there's a beautiful creature.
A kraken?
A glowing being with wispy limbs. It's so warm. I'm transfixed. But my feet shift. I'm unsteady. Below me, the floor is woven in human flesh.
That's kind of creepy.
But some of them still struggling for life. These are the ones touching me. Gripping my feet.
I thought you said there was something beautiful in the sea.
That's when I wake up.
On the beach.
Do you have that dream, Doctor?
I do not. I'm sorry, but I do not.
It's horrific and beautiful at the same time.
I like her belt.
It's a dream, Doctor. Stranger things happen in dreams. What's temazepam? Why are you asking? I don't take sleeping pills. Never have done.
You just didn't
When
know what it
you
was.
suffer blackouts already, you don't really get offered anything like that. He lent me some money to start my business. It was a proper agreement. I remember signing things. He thought that a distraction would do me good. I don't think he expected me to trawl the beach for treasure and sell it online. I'm sure you've asked me this before. I sell necklaces.
Yeah,
They're from things
probably
I found
have.
on the beach.
No, that's not what I wanted to look at. Loan agreement? She doesn't need to pay it back. Wait, what's the phrasing again? Loan repaid in full. Let's just try repaid.
Why are you asking me that? He lent me some money to start my business.
Yes.
Dr. Dekker thought I had too much time on my hands, so a distraction would do me good. He lent me $15,000, all in all.
I know.
Do you forget anything
Hello.
conversations, Doctor?
I was just thinking it would be
People
nice
follow
if you
me
were
to the
here.
beach. I don't know who they are, and I don't know what happens to them. I don't always get followed, though, so it doesn't explain my blackouts.
Because I'm just curious, did you get the letters from the solicitors? The solicitors' names are anagrams, so their referral letters are fake.
I said I don't know what happens to them. It's not always to the beach. Sometimes they follow me home.
I'll show you. This, Hackett and Brown, about Claire. This is an anagram for Hackett and Brown, about Mariana. And this is for Nathan, and that's also an anagram for Hackett and Brown. And oh, did you have the thing where Bryce, during his hour, he saves Claire's husband's mistress from Dr. Dekker's basement? Because I had that yesterday. And I'm having weird pseudo-sexual nightmares about Yaya. So it's a little weird. It's getting a little weird.
My home is in Chantry. You know that. You rang my doorbell last night.
I did not.
I don't know. I didn't kiss you, but you just followed me.
I did not.
Like the others. I don't feel comfortable here, Doctor. I'd like to leave.
Okay.
I've seen Dr. Dekker drink, but not that much. Certainly not during our sessions. He had other things on his mind, I'm sure. This sounds crazy, but I can hear the sea. It's like an alarm going off in my head. Do you know where the sea is? From here? It's over there. Wherever I am, I know exactly where the sea is. It's like a compass.
Ghostface? Oh, you mean when Aileen asks if she can do the thing for you? Comfortable. Let's ask her about comfortable. Comfortable.
Nope.
Let's ask her about leave. Oh.
Ask me something else.
Yeah, I know I misspelled leave. And it's hard to type on this darn thing.
That's not something I know anything about. I hear a sound like singing, calling me. It gets stronger when I face it, when I move towards it. That's how I know where the sea is.
Let's ask her about
When I don't go
Sireness.
to the sea, I feel like the sound gets louder all the time. I'm having trouble sleeping. Perhaps I need sleeping tablets after all.
Let's ask her about Siren again, yes.
I have this.
Okay, fine. Never mind.
If you say so, it must have been your twin then.
Well, I did have a weird dream with Yaya. Okay. Enjoy.
I don't know if I have a twin. Do you have a twin, Doctor?
I do not have a twin.
I know you don't. It was definitely you, wearing what you're wearing now. He's the cute, sad-looking one, isn't he? He asked me out, and I said I'd let him know. Do you think I should go out with him?
Well, he did kill his last girlfriend, but I'm not allowed to tell you that. Yes.
Okay, but if he goes missing, don't go looking at me. No, there's been no dancing. I haven't been feeling that well, Doctor. You said it with such a serious look on your face, I almost believed you. It would be good if you had some
Okay,
kind
then
of
I will be
superpower
sure
that
to be
helped me,
talking loud.
but I don't think so.
Okay, let's ask Nathan. Actually, let's ask Mariana. Marie. Thank you, autocorrect.
I can't really explain it, but she seems like such a friendly person.
Mm-hmm.
I think the police are barking up the wrong tree. I'm feeling good. I ran into one of your other patients, Mariana. She's beautiful. I think we might go on a date.
Good for you.
What are you trying to do most? Cure his patients or find out who killed him?
A little of both.
It's been nice chatting with you, don't get me wrong, but I can't help but feel you're mainly interested in finding out about the old doctor. I suppose you already know Dr. Dekker thought one of his patients was trying to kill him.
I did not know that, thank you.
He He told me in one of our sessions, which was later rewound, that someone had been leaving him messages on his prescription pad. Not good messages. If you get the combination of alcohol and sleeping tablets just right, you can knock out an elephant. With no idea what kind of animal Dr. Dekker was. Which reminds me, that truck driver died. He didn't tell me anything specifically, just death threats. It was one of his many rants. I just sat there quietly, hoping he wasn't going to try and hypnotise me again. I asked him if it was a boy or a girl's handwriting. He said he knew who it was, and that they'd be in trouble. I think he was bluffing. The truck driver that ran into Hannah, he was divorced apparently. He killed himself. He mixed sleeping pills with alcohol too, but he died in his garage. I read it in the paper. He'd been drinking. Then he took the sleeping pills. Then he went into his garage and put the hose pipe through his window. Not until he put his daughter in the seat first.
That's the same way Claire's parents died.
It's one of those newspaper stories you read and you hope it says he leaves behind his wife and 7-year-old daughter. But his daughter was in the car. Do you know I wrote him a letter? Dr. Dekker told me one of the ways to get through my grief would be to write a letter to the truck driver. I tried to forgive him.
I didn't realize you were gone.
But the thing that made me feel best was blaming him. I think maybe he killed himself because of me. Do you think I'm to blame, Doctor?
No.
Maybe. Who knows what he was doing when he ran into Hannah? His daughter's picture was in the paper. Molly. Ever since I saw a picture in the paper, I've started thinking I could see her. Out of the corner of my eye.
Oh, okay.
Like she's watching me. Crazy, right?
Maybe you should switch browsers.
It's funny how when somebody dies, all their bad traits come out. Yes, Dr. Dekker was a heavy drinker. He would often pour himself a glass during one of our sessions. Pretty rude. I think I've probably said too much. It's probably not the same girl anyway. Please do. I wish I could believe you.
I don't want to talk about grief today. I'm getting enough grief from work. I don't know if you know, but Professor Alderby used to be my professor. He teaches history and psychology, amongst other things. I know it's not technically work, but he asked if I would allow him to have the video footage of his sessions with Dr. Dekker. Dr. Dekker wanted to be removed from all of the videos, so it's jump cut up to jump cut, but I'm sure you've already noticed that.
I have.
I didn't think you'd mind, since it wasn't your case anyway. Mostly it's the professor talking about how he viewed reality back then, in so much as he thought it was changeable. There's nothing else to do but watch while things are encoding. Some people would say Dr. Dekker had a bit of a drinking problem. It got worse and then it got better when his confidence turned up. I think it was the stress of dealing with the new patients. I like the odd tipple. I've been known to drink, not as much at the moment, not as much as Dr. Dekker did. He kept at least one bottle in his desk drawer at all times. You can't imagine the amount of times I wanted to sneak in and have some. I suppose it's possible that somebody spiked his drink. Most people probably knew he had a bottle in his desk.
Mariana
It wouldn't have
didn't.
been that hard to empty out some capsules into it. Maybe the police should get fingerprints?
Let's see if we can suggest that.
I don't know, Doctor. Do you?
Let's try bottle.
I suppose it's possible that...
Police?
It must be frustrating, always asking and getting nowhere. Are you frustrated, Doctor?
Are you flirting with me? Spiked?
I suppose it's possible.
That was not what the button I meant to push. Yes, test for
I'll go and
fingerprints.
suggest it. Make sure nobody touches the bottle in the meantime.
That was probably how I was supposed to do the thing with the alibi as well.
I don't take sleeping tablets, never have. I'm not allowed to prescribe either. Dr. Dekker had me try to forge his signature once, but I was woeful.
He was testing her handwriting.
Remember? Cult of the Kinetic Mind? Professor Alderby said it was recommended reading to help psychiatrists in their frontline battle with insanity, he likes to call it. Professor Alderby saw the relationship between psychiatrist and patient as a winnable battle. The patient must be cured by removing their psychokinetic ability, if present, either by telling them it doesn't exist or by using another psychokinetic ability to negate it. It's a long time ago, I can't remember all of it. There was a specific example. If someone tells you they can fly, you tell them you control air currents and that from now on they won't be allowed to use them. This would normally stimulate the brain in such a way that the patient stopped thinking they could fly. The main danger as the therapist is believing that you can control air currents.
Okay.
The danger of pretending you have psychokinetic abilities is that you may start believing you have them and then have them. It's the paradox of the cure. Dr. Dekker loved paradoxes. His favourite was the grandfather paradox. If you can travel back in time and kill your grandfather, then you cannot be born. But if you cannot be born, then you cannot kill your grandfather. It's a time traveller's chicken and egg, if you will. There's a lot of stress in here. We're dealing with people's lives. How do you relax, Doctor?
I play video games. How do you relax? Yes, I do relax playing video games.
Video games. I just wish they'd make ones with stronger female protagonists.
Have you not played Tomb Raider?
I settle for any female
Horizon Zero Dawn. What else do we have? Let's just set all of those two. Yes, yes it is.
I bet you like dance music.
I do not.
I don't know why.
No, you're wrong.
I love food. It will be my downfall. Stress eating
Speaking
is the
of
worst.
food, I wish I could reach my cashews.
Dr. Dekker told me he was adopted. His birth mother only turned up 5 years ago because she wanted money for her experimental cancer treatment. I'm not sure how much it cost or even if he had the money, but he didn't do it, and she became one mean mother. I have no idea. Maybe he was an undercover secret agent?
Or a time traveler.
Maybe
He was born in
getting more annoying
1875.
as time progressed. You're not, though. You're lovely. Is this a good time to ask for a raise? Wow, I was kidding, but thank you, Doctor. I'll take that as a yes. And don't worry, I'll sort it all out.
Or ice cream. Or Tony's chocolates. Tony's Chocolonely. They were out of them. I went to the store to buy Tony's, but they were out of them.
I like Professor Alderby. He turned me onto that book I've been raving about. The Cult of the Kinetic Mind. I should start selling them myself. Dr. Dekker definitely dabbled in that stuff. I'm not sure to what extent.
I wonder if the game is automatically
Mariana
programmed
thought I
to...
played hockey. Whatever that's supposed to mean.
It means you're butch. If the game is programmed to not give me the same ending until I've gotten another one, or if I can play it like 3 times and get the same ending 3 times.
Hilda died last night. I was there.
Of course she did.
Well, I was there as her daughter.
Of course you were.
It was nice. She had a good death. She got to say what she wanted to say.
And what did she want to say?
Hilda was Hilda to the end. I was the doting daughter. Don't worry, everything's going to be okay. I love you, Mum. Then Hilda, with almost her last breath, looks me straight in the eye and says, "Don't let them take Amelia."
Who is Amelia?
Amelia's Hilda's doll. She used to have about 9 or 10 of them, all glassy-eyed and creepy looking with frilly dresses and curls. All over her room they were. In the end, we had to get rid of them. They weren't very hygienic. But we let her keep one, and that was Amelia. Most people have taken sleeping pills at some time or another, haven't they? It's probably quite easy to get hold of them. Although, I have to get a doctor to sign a prescription if I need any at work. It's probably the same for Jaya. Jaya seems really nice. I don't know why she'd want to work in a place like this.
Excuse me?
I just mean, get all these weird people coming here.
Yeah, like you?
I've met some of them out in the waiting room. I know they're just people, but a couple of them have seriously given me the creeps.
Like you?
She's a slightly older one, isn't she? Always well dressed? Yes, her. I'm pretty good at picking up on people's energy, and hers is cold. Actually, I think I sort of know her. Claire Castleford, isn't it? Apparently, she attacked her husband or something. I don't think I know her.
Bryce?
Bryce? I'm not sure who that is.
Nathan?
I don't know who Nathan is.
Who else is there? Iris. Let's ask her about Iris.
I don't have anything else to say about that.
Okay. Yes, let's ask her about Aileen. Come on, Aileen.
I don't know anything about that.
No, of course you don't. I actually think my favorite is Mariana. Yes. I'm like, is it Mariana? No. Yes.
Dekker
She's the
drank
first
it.
one I think of. Yes.
I didn't say anything about it, but well, it's not.
Well, Yaya's technically an employee.
I mean, it's not like he was drunk. Must be very stressful being a therapist. Do you find it stressful, Doctor?
Only because all of my patients are psychotic. No.
Maybe you're just tired then. You should get some rest.
Why do I need rest if I'm not stressed?
I think of Dr. Dekker every time one of my patients dies. It makes me remember how he didn't care about his mum. He was a good therapist. He was a lousy son.
Maybe she was a lousy mother.
I was angry at Dr. Dekker.
Of course you
Hilda's
are.
daughter, she's in Australia, so
fair
enough.
Okay.
Maybe she really couldn't get over to see her. But Dr. Dekker's mum was dying literally on the other side of town, and he just couldn't be bothered. I shifted for her, but in a way I wish I hadn't, because it let Dr. Dekker off the hook, you know? I didn't realise how little he cared until I told him the news. I referred myself because of Dr. Dekker's mother. Was I supposed to have a letter? Yes, once. I wanted to show him what I could do so he could see for himself. I took his hand, I told him to think of a loved one, and then there was nothing. I mean, literally nothing, just an empty void. The only thing I could feel was his hand holding mine. I'm pretty sure without that I'm not sure I could have made it back.
Let's ask about adopted.
Sorry, no.
Of course not.
I'm keeping her safe until I can pass her on to Hilda's daughter. Maybe she'll fly over for the funeral. I don't know. Are you okay, Doctor? You look a bit pale. Yes, I told Dr. Dekker. Most other people wouldn't have believed me, but he did. In fact, he cared far more about the shifting than he did about his mum dying. Terry hasn't been into work for a few days. I hope there's nothing wrong with her.
Well, you killed her. Oh, I just remembered who Scarlett is. Scarlett is the woman who was also talking about succubi.
Terry and I are never going to be best friends, but I wouldn't wish her ill. For a moment, I thought he might cry. Just for a split second. But he didn't. He just carried on with our session. I wish I knew what went on there. Jaya probably knows. She spent quite a long time with Sarah when she visited. You've never seen me angry, have you, Doctor? Don't say things like that when you don't mean them. It causes upset.
I don't know about that.
Of course you don't. Okay, Bryce.
Work is fine. If anything, I've been falling behind again. I think it's the stress of not being alone in the midnight hour anymore. I stole a painting. There, I've said it. It was from the local gallery, Providence.
Oh, that's where she
really
works.
like it, but I can't afford it. So I took it. It's just that one thing, just the painting I've stolen recently. I think my new pursuer is unraveling me. Is it okay to steal things, Doctor? If I really like them?
Sorry, but no.
I thought you'd say that. I will do my best to refrain from it, but I can't promise anything.
Jessica's the one who can see inside paintings.
I saw Jessica across the street this morning. She waved, but I just crumbled. Ever since I took those photos, I haven't been able to face her. Do you think I should tell her about the photos, Doctor?
No, absolutely not. Do not tell her about the photos. Absolutely not.
I didn't think I should either. She'd hate me forever. Maybe when she next waves, I'll at least
Please do.
Back.
Please do. I think all of your life will be better if you just interact with other people than me. And stop spending your time around dead people.
My pursuer in the hour, he's definitely military. I've developed a new skill to deal with him. Last night, I saw him draw something from his jacket. He was approaching me, grinning. I had nowhere to go. So I closed my eyes and imagined being back home. And when I opened them again, I'd teleported.
Yes, of course you did.
My other doctor had prescribed me sleeping pills before I came to see Dr. Dekker. I think they were called temazepam. I never took them.
Where are they now?
I never saw Dr. Dekker touch a drop. Doesn't mean it wasn't going on behind closed doors, though, does it?
Or he just has very lucid dreams. I think he just has very lucid dreams.
My pursuer. He's measured in his approach, watching, testing. When he finally came for me, I wasn't ready. I think he underestimated me, though, and that allowed me to escape. He didn't think I'd be able to just leave. Why do you think he's coming after me, Doctor? Oh, I think I might know.
Why?
I think he's death, Doctor. I think I saved that old woman from burning to death in bed, and now he's coming after me to even the score.
Yes, this is Final Destination.
Death?
I do not think it's death.
It's just me. I'm going crazy.
Not any more than you were 3 sessions ago.
Everything about me is strange already, but to have another presence in my hour, it's unhinged me. I was as surprised as you are. I just imagined I was somewhere else, and there I was. Perhaps Dr. Dekker was right. Think of something, and it becomes real, if you believe in it. But I'll only do it wisely. Imagine the mistakes you might make. Don't want to become one with the igneous layer too soon. No, I'm not becoming him. I'm not becoming Dekker. These sessions cost a lot of money, Doctor. I'm not just going to leave in the middle of one. But I can see you don't believe me. Do you really want me to teleport, Doctor? Good. I was starting to think you didn't care about me one way or the other. Yes, that's David Castleford. I've no idea when it was taken. Shocking composition. No, Doctor. No, you can't. I've seen what you can do. You can listen and ask, but you don't have any real power.
Oh, yes, here.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that.
From a few weeks ago. As you can see, Doctor, he looks perfectly normal.
He does.
David hasn't been well. Otherwise, I'd taken you. Shall I bring him to you next time?
Yes, why
Next
the hell
time,
not?
then. Although it will have to be just you here, and late at night. I can't have anyone else see him. David has been hunting and skinning again. But from the look of the torso, he caught a domestic cat. I'm being generous. It was definitely a cat. I spoke to David about it, but I have no idea if he can comprehend me or not. He just grunts at me. He doesn't even smile anymore. Not at all. I never talked to Bryce, but I did talk to Iris. She didn't want to at first. She blames me for David's death, but as we both know, that's not a thing. Anyway, she said she was never locked up in any basement and had never heard of any Dr. Dekker. So it's, as I first suspected, a lie. You didn't make all of that up so I'd talk to Iris again, did you?
I did not.
Then Mr. Bryce seems to have a few more issues than me. Perhaps you should ask him about that.
I don't know anything about that.
Is it the damn space?
Ask me something else.
Basement?
Your questions seem to be getting more and more irrelevant.
Yes. Yes. Chained?
No. Sorry.
What else? Dekker, basement, save, girl? Girl? Let's try girl.
Sorry. No.
I don't know what to type to get him to figure that out. Denies? Denies is what I was gonna type. Denies.
No. Don't know.
Denied?
I have nothing to tell you about that.
Yes, sorry. I left out an important detail. The girl, Anushka.
Of course it was.
She was crying because her cat had gone missing, and she thinks that David killed it. Doctor, I'm worried.
You should be.
I spoke to her again.
Mm-hmm.
She wouldn't tell me her name, which is quite right. I am a stranger after all. So I gave her the name Anushka. She said the man that lives in the lake house is weird and creepy. I'm worried that David's not going to stop at cats.
Zombie.
He's killed deer, rabbits,
Zombie.
wild birds, and now cats.
Zombie.
I'm worried
Zombie.
he might add little girls to his list.
Zombie.
I can't stop him.
Zombie. Let me just... Oh, no, there's nothing else there. Okay. Zombie.
Sorry, that doesn't mean anything to me.
Okay.
I can't stop him. I can't control him in any way at all.
So unreanimate
Ever since I
him.
brought him back from the dead, he has done nothing but ignore me. I'm starting to think that I need to put David out of his misery.
Yes, please do.
That I need to end his suffering.
Yes. Yes, you do.
That I need to kill him.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you do. Yes.
What shall I do, Doctor?
Yes, kill him.
Should I kill David?
Yes. Yes, you should. You really, really should. Yes.
I love him so much.
But you killed him once already.
But you're right. It's time. He's becoming a danger to people around him, not just himself. If Dr. Dekker was an alcoholic, he hid it well. I never saw him drink. He certainly never offered me a drink. God knows I could have used one.
So only 2 people knew about the bottle, or claimed
I've
to.
never used sleeping pills. I'm too afraid of what would happen to me in my sleep. Dr. Dekker was very quiet in our sessions after seeing David. After a while, he started talking about David like he was a pet, asking me what I fed him, what he'd do in certain conditions. Dr. Dekker asked me if I'd ever accidentally locked David in, which I hadn't, but curiosity got the better of me, so I locked him in the lake house. He couldn't get out. He didn't have the wherewithal to operate the lock. I think he was fascinated with it all, and David and I had become new test subjects for him. When I said David never listens to me, he urged me to start giving David treats for pleasing me. Not in that way, but showing him how to close the door, for example. If he did it, give him a treat. It did actually work, but I had to stop myself. I felt like I was training a monkey. It just wasn't right. That's an interesting idea, Doctor. It's not really something that needs to be done, though. I have no intention of reanimating anybody anymore. It hasn't gone very well in the past.
Who else did you reanimate? I should probably talk to my other patients.
Sorry, I'm Glenn. I didn't expect to be here. I was looking for the men's room. Like I said, I was in the green room. You know, that new restaurant in town. I actually need to do something. Done. Sorry. I was in the middle of a date and needed the restroom, and here I am. Sorry, you're not familiar with my case. I stepped through the restroom door.
You teleport too.
Sometimes when I go through a door, it opens to another place. No, I shouldn't imagine she did that. I didn't even pass through the waiting room. Besides, it's lunchtime, she won't be there. No, not really. But it's lunchtime, and you don't normally see patients now. Well, Dr. Dekker didn't normally see patients now. Dr. Dekker was crazy. I arrived late to the party. Apparently, he was a fine, upstanding citizen before. I don't know what changed him.
All these crazy people?
I had with him, he'd observed me walking through doors. But I'd walk through a door and I'd disappear. And then I couldn't get back. The session was £150 either way, so I paid that for a couple of times and then decided it was a bad idea. As you can see, it's still happening.
That'll be £150, please.
The doors. I'm still vanishing from one place to another. My dad died. He was on his deathbed and I was complaining about work, women or whatever. It was an idiom. He said, when one door closes, another opens. Then he died. I needed those words to be important. So here I am. He was stoic. He had tuberculosis in his lungs. That's what killed him. Nobody knew until the end. I never got to say I loved him. Yeah, maybe. He'd split with my mum 3 years earlier. It was messy. It was bad. I didn't talk to him really at all. They called me as next of kin, said I should come in if I wanted to say goodbye. I did love him. He just broke everything. No. I hadn't seen him for so long. I just let it all out. I screamed, I shouted, I punched the walls. Do you know what he said?
When one door opens, another closes. Or, well, the other way around.
Over and over again. Like he really meant it.
The camera work is super interesting.
He did. He really meant it. And when I stopped, when I was exhausted, he smiled at me. Like he cherished me. Like he'd been waiting to say sorry. Waiting for forgiveness. I didn't get to. I didn't get to say I loved him. I didn't get to forgive him. He just said when one door closes, another opens. And he died. What does he think of me? All those years, thinking I was the bigger man. It turns out he was. There's no going back, is there, Doctor? When one door closes, it's shut forever. How? How do I go back? I think you're probably right. I've been trying to address the symptoms and not the root of the problem. You might be the best replacement doctor this place has seen. I'll book a real appointment next time, and you can help me with this. Thanks, Doctor.
Scarlett, I haven't been in since he died.
Oh
Since
no, someone
Dr.
just mentioned
Dekker
her.
died.
This isn't the woman who was who
Was
killed her
a
something or
complicated
other.
man,
Neighbor.
as I suppose most people are. His external persona didn't match what he dreamed about. His dreams were amazing, filled with a spectrum of colours and creatures.
Right, double glazing,
no
yes.
for grown-ups. That was in the beginning. Fluid, soft, intricate things. I couldn't draw a picture
I like
if you
her
asked,
earrings.
but they drew you to them. They looked a little strange, but you felt compelled to watch them. I'm a dream walker.
Of course
I can
you
visit
are.
people and help them in their dreams.
Maybe you should just visit all the other people then.
It's something I've been able to do since I was little. I was born an identical twin, and my sister and I shared dreams. We just thought it was normal. When our younger brother started having night terrors, we helped him. I just need to know the person, a little, and know they're dreaming. Then I can sort of jump into them.
It's angel's wings, or just wings in general. I have basically the same ones.
It's something, I think, in my mind. Firstly, I need to sleep myself. I'm constantly tired, so I can pretty much sleep on demand. Before I go, I think of jumping into that person. That's how it works for me. I've tried teaching others, but I don't know if anyone else can do it. I don't know. Lots of people. Whenever I get close enough to tell somebody about it, the first thing they want to do is try it out or have me visit their dreams. That's kind of why I'm here. Relationships. It's difficult to sustain them. I'm not just talking about romantic entanglements. It's hard keeping friends too. Like I said before, I tell them about my ability and they immediately want to try it out. The problem is, I don't normally like what I see. I think people try to show off. Firstly, they're a bit shocked if I turn up in their dream. But when they're comfortable with that, they start to put on a show. But most people can't control their dreams, so they tend to turn into nightmares pretty quickly. Oh look, I'm dreaming of a giant Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Oh, why is it destroying New York?
Because you saw Ghostbusters last night?
When you've experienced someone's dream, if they've been a bit creepy in it or terrified me, it's hard to look someone in the eyes after that. It's embarrassing. What should I do, Doctor? Should I not tell people about my ability? Keep it a secret, bottle it up? I'm not sure that's healthy, but I guess I could give it a try. What if it accidentally comes out? Is there anything else I can do to stop pushing people away? It's difficult to do when you experience them like I do. But I know what you're saying is right.
Who was it that talked about Scarlet last week? I don't remember.
But they're probably directed by their subconscious, and who controls that?
I'm sorry, I'm just super tired still.
He's dead now, so I suppose it won't affect him if I admit that. So yes, I was. Not near the end, though. Not when his dreams started changing. Like I said, my ability ruins relationships. Who told you? Jaya? Just thought she'd know. Thought she'd know everything about her precious Dr. Dekker. Sorry, we didn't speak that much. But she was a lot like the other woman. So much control over someone who was supposed to be her
What other woman? Iris?
Sorry, don't know.
Okay, other woman. Other woman.
I don't have anything to say about
You
that.
just said it. Yaya? Let's ask about Yaya again.
Just thought she'd know. Thought she'd know everything about her precious Dr. Dekker.
Come on.
Sorry, we didn't speak that much. But she was a lot like the other woman. So much control over someone who was supposed to be her superior.
Yes.
Chaotic, dark. Like an earthquake, everything you stood on shifted into something else. I think he was fighting with something internally. And it was winning. I don't know. It's a turn of phrase. Inner demons? Insanity? I don't know. I can visit dreams, but I can't force the dreamer to interact with me. Valentine's Day was awful.
Uh-oh.
I had a bit of an accident with a creme brulee torch and had to spend the night waiting in A&E. I melted a nail to my finger. It hurt a lot and needed stitches. It's all fine now, though.
I'm not telling him either of those. I'm done with him. I'm done with her. I'm done with her. Done with her. Yes. Okay, fine. Be honest.
Interesting. I suppose I haven't really tried that. I might just give that a go.
Okay, fine. New day.
You said you'd help me with my problem, but he's still here.
Okay.
Dr. Dekker. He wants me to kill people.
Very femme fatale.
He wants them to follow me to the sea. to the creature. It eats them. It's getting stronger. Dr. Dekker says when it's strong enough, it's going to walk again. That's why I black out. He doesn't want me to know. He doesn't want me to remember. I'm feeding a beast that wants to eat us all.
Cthulhu.
You've got to tell me, Doctor. You have got to tell me the truth. You're dreaming, but your dreams are the truth. Don't forget me when you wake. I don't know how I'm in your dream, but now we're together. Let's play a game.
Yes, let's play a game.
I say a word, you say a word. Ready? Guilty.
Yes.
The longer it takes for you to get to the bottom of this, the more people will die.
Well, I want to say conscience again. Responsibility. Responsible.
You're disappointing me.
I'm sorry?
Murderer. That's a good doctor. Now, just give me those 3 little words and I'll let you go.
Okay, fine, let's try this.
Yes, you do.
I didn't realize I actually had options. Wait, hang on. I love you backwards. Okay. I guess I should remember that. Yes.
You rang my doorbell.
The truck driver.
The little girl
Killed himself.
David is weird.
Like she's watching me.
I need to put David
Molly.
out of his misery.
Is it okay to steal things?
Sleeping tablets.
Fingerprints?
Dead bodies.
I saw Jessica.
Should I kill David?
Hilda died last night.
Do you think I should tell her about
Psychokinetics?
the photos?
Dr. Dekker seemed to like a drink.
Bit of a drinking problem.
It's probably the same for Jaya.
One of his patients was trying to kill him.
He lent me some money.
Leaving in messages.
Creature, human flesh.
I'd teleported.
Do you have that dream, Doctor?
I need to use the restroom. I will be right back.
Oh!
Okay, fine.
Oh, Doctor. You look... There's something I need to tell you. I can't find Dr. Dekker's prescription pad anywhere. I'm not sure when it went missing, but I don't remember seeing it for a while. Yours is there, but I'm scared one of the patients may have got their hands on it. Let me know if you find it, anyway, and ask me about Mariana later. I've got news.
Okay, now I need to use the restroom. I will be right back. Thank you. Okay, let's start by saying I love you to Mariana. So I... no. No.
You'll have to ask me something else.
Okay, so that didn't work. Maybe if I go just the capital I, and then... Right. No. No. Oh, it's so difficult typing backwards.
No. Can't think of anything.
She's looking more sultry today than yesterday. I
don't dream, Doctor. I haven't dreamed for years now.
Didn't you just tell me that you dreamt? You did.
I did say that was a dream, didn't I? Is it easier to swallow, knowing it's the truth? The truth is, I'm not like you, Doctor, or anyone else. I can swim to the bottom of the ocean for hours, and people follow me.
Yes.
Even if it's the last thing they do.
Yes, because you're a siren. No, that's the button I wanted to push.
I'm fine, Doctor.
No, you're not.
I went to the beach, swam under the sea, and returned to tell the tale. No blackouts. Nothing. People follow me into the sea. I don't force them, they just follow to see the creature. I'm not sure what you'd call it.
Cthulhu?
A wisp?
Okay.
A star? It's so bright and warm and loving. I don't know why it leaves me. It only wants the others. It feeds on them. When I look down, I black out. But if I can just keep looking forward, no blackouts, I can just swim back to the top.
No, but the notebook said I love you, like, literally mirror backwards. But fine, I should try it. You love
I've got nothing to say about that.
You love me.
I can't really answer that.
One last thing. Let's ask about Claire. Yes, Claire. Thank you.
She's the woman that took over the loan I had with Dr. Dekker.
Wait, what? What did you just say? That is not what the terms were.
Dr. Dekker asked for his loan back after diagnosing me as sane. In his opinion, my blackouts and everything else were fictional.
What?
He had no proof, of course, either way, or I'd be cured, but he asked for his money back, and I didn't have it.
Didn't she just say last week that she didn't know who Mariana was? Or was that someone else? I mean, just earlier today. I'm getting tired.
I've been reviewing your files. I know, I'm sorry, a bit naughty, but have you considered that Mariana may have murdered Dr. Dekker because of the money she owed him? As she had most to gain. She got all the money if he died, and it makes most sense, doesn't it? I'm worried about you, Doctor. You seem quiet and, well, it's just your fingerprints on the bottle. Maybe you touched it by accident?
What?
You didn't know him, did you?
No. How are my fingerprints on the bottle?
Then why are your fingerprints on his vodka bottle? No, don't answer that. Oh, the infectious madness of Dr. Dekker, who hasn't it touched? I'm so worried. You just seem a little different from the person who turned up all those weeks ago. You don't talk to me as much as you did. You flitter between patients in a daydream. Tell me what things are bothering you. Who measures sanity or insanity? One man's philosopher is another man's fool. I'm keeping an eye on you. I won't let you go crazy.
Thank you. I love you too. Oh, let's try it with her. Oh.
Should you be asking me that, Doctor? It doesn't matter
okay,
anyway.
never mind.
It's not important here.
Yes, Claire.
Your patients will always be a bother, but you're caring for people. We do still care, don't we, Doctor? In a few weeks' time, there'll be a whole new bunch of faces with a whole new bunch of quirks. Let's not have a whole new doctor, shall we?
No, let's not.
I think I'm okay with the grief now. My mother died suddenly, and I think I was projecting Dr. Dekker's death to be about her. I know they're not related. My mother died suddenly, like Dr. Dekker. For her, though, it was different. She burst into flames. I was 7. They said she must have been smoking and drinking on the sofa, but she doesn't smoke or drink. Professor Alderby said it was spontaneous combustion.
Everything here is connected to something else.
Dr. Dekker's
it's like
prescription pad is still missing. I'll let you know if it turns up.
Yes.
I didn't know anything about that. If I have any grievances with my employer, I spit in their coffee. I hope that's how you like it. Don't become like Dr. Dekker. I think that somebody killed him because he was using them. There's some footage I can't show you because it would affect you too much. Suffice to say, when Mariana told him she could breathe underwater, he wanted the same power for himself. So instead of trying to cure her of it, he'd try and amplify it to see how it worked, so he could imagine it for himself. I think he did that with all his special patients. I think he wanted all of their powers. If you believe in that sort of thing.
So, just in the middle of that, my neighbor started playing music, and it sounded like a heartbeat, you know, doot, 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 doot. And I was so confused. I was like, this is really creepy. But no, it's just a creepy coincidence that my neighbor's playing really loud music again.
Any patient who presented with psychokinetic issues, they were his special patients. Towards the end, he began ignoring all the other cases. Most of the patients saw it as a curse, what they were experiencing, what they were unwittingly doing. Dr. Dekker saw it as an ability, a power to be harnessed and used for, well, God knows what he was going to use it all for. So we made them give in to it, and it consumed them, consumed all of them. Whether you believe any of that or not is your choice, but they did, which made them angry. And that's why I think he was murdered by a patient.
I'll be right back. It was driving me crazy. I was just trying to identify the song, but I don't know the song. I thought for a moment it might be Crimson and Clover, but I don't think it is.
It's not your job to find out who the murderer is. It's the police. You can only point them in the right direction. Murder is a means to an end. There's a lot more going on here you should be thinking about. A fictional space god that's resting at the bottom of the Atlantic. It's not likely.
Well, when you say it like
or maybe
that.
you think it is. Have you spoke to Mariana today?
I might have.
I've been reviewing your files. I know.
Fine.
I know.
Claire, yes, Claire.
I'm fine. I killed David. Again. Like you told me to.
Good.
With an axe. I got him to put his head on the wood block. He didn't really know what he was doing. He trusted me. I cut off his head.
Good. Did it help?
When I picked it up, he was smiling. Probably a muscle spasm. Anushka's fine, I would imagine. Her father came over to talk about the missing cat. It would have been an easier conversation had I not been splattered in blood and sweating like a milkmaid. It seemed like he wanted to give me a piece of his mind, but when he saw the state I was in, he fled. There were no police that turned up. I suspect I've got away with it, at least this second time. Now all that's left is for you to write up my diagnosis.
I will not call you insane.
That I'm not sound of mind. That I wasn't sound of mind when I killed David. It's up to you whether you want to mention any of our other conversations. I'm happy either way. Oh, the continuing saga of Dr. Dekker.
Oh, well,
After he'd seen David and done his due diligence, he came up with an offer I couldn't refuse. Remember? The one I told you about when we first met. Dr. Dekker wanted me to reanimate him. He said he would kill David unless I agreed. He called me on Valentine's night. He promised to use a disposable phone so there would be no trace. I was supposed to come here, where I would find him dead, and then reanimate him. I agreed immediately. It seems that Dr. Dekker went through with his half of the agreement. But I forgot to turn up. I never saw Dr. Dekker's prescription pad. I imagine he kept it hidden away to stop people stealing it. I've already told you I never saw his prescription pad, so of course I didn't write any death threats. It sounds like someone is trying to frame me. Who's trying to frame me, Doctor?
Iris?
Yes. Dr. Dekker threatened to kill David. That terrified me at the time. I still had hope that David would recover. I don't really know the girl, but I did buy out her loan from Dr. Dekker. I mainly did it to shut him up about it. But can you imagine having him as a creditor?
I never met him. You seem to forget that.
I hope it didn't accrue anything more than interest. Doctor, did I tell you about that time that I used the power of my mind to bring my husband back to life? I can't imagine what I'd do to the psychiatrist that double-crossed me. But I'm sure it will be fun. For me, at least.
I'm not feeling very well. I tried to sleep through the midnight hour, and I slept for 8 hours. When I woke up, it was looking at me. That thing was looking at me. Time was still frozen. But I can't escape it. I'm doomed. It knows what I did with Dr. Dekker. It's been taunting me.
What did you do?
It wanted me to follow it, so I did. It brought me here, Doctor. Here. It thinks I killed Dr. Dekker. I'm sure of it.
Well?
I took his body. It was me. I took it from the coffin because I didn't want him put in the ground.
Okay.
I don't know what I was going to do with him. I just didn't think
You'd
burial
stop
would be
stealing,
enough.
you just said.
Maybe I would cremate him. But the body disappeared.
Oh, for the love of...
If only he'd been cremated like you will be. I have a private tool shed at the graveyard. I moved his body in there before the burial. But when I came back...
Oh, right, I told him I wanted to be cremated.
It was locked and he'd gone. How did that happen, Doctor? How did Dekker do that? If someone else moved Dekker, they'd had to have picked the lock, moved the body, and then locked up again. Why go to the trouble of locking up again? It's not out of the question to think that Dr. Dekker teleported himself out of the tool shed. If I can do it, he probably can. That's the kind of thing I've been thinking.
Yes, he stole that power from Glenn.
The thing that's been following me, it can teleport too.
Glenn.
I think the thing might be Dekker.
Glenn.
Is the thing Dekker?
No. No. No, the thing is not Dekker.
You worried me then, Doctor. I thought you were starting to believe in the unbelievable too. Perhaps. It had crossed my mind that Dr. Dekker perhaps resurrected himself. Maybe he wasn't dead, just sleeping.
He was stabbed through the heart.
I waved back at Jessica yesterday, and she smiled. It was bigger than normal. I think we may have made a connection, Doctor.
No, she just thinks you're crazy.
The photos I have of her, I
yes,
think I'm going
please
to destroy them. They're my problem, not hers.
We don't have Jessica here today? Aww.
I teleported back into the art gallery after our session, in the midnight hour. I replaced the painting.
Good.
So I haven't stolen anything for
Good
a long
boy.
time now.
Good boy.
Perhaps a cheeky borrow best describes it.
Cheeky borrow. That reminds me of Cheeky Nando's, which apparently is a thing.
I didn't steal Dekker's pad. I didn't have to. If I wanted to use it, I could just teleport in here and steal a sheet. Why take the whole pad? Why be that obvious?
Because you're crazy.
Well, kudos to whoever had the guts to do that. Wasn't me. What did they say? You've piqued my interest now. I've tried to avoid my extra hour. I tried to sleep through it. I did try one thing.
Burn something?
I spied on you, Doctor.
Oh, did you now?
You have a strangeness, don't you?
Of course I do.
You live in the same house as Dr. Dekker.
Ew.
I spied on him several times, so I know the house
I did not
very
know
well.
that.
You kept it almost entirely the same.
Also creepy.
Why did you live in the same house as Dr. Dekker? Is it a perk? Or you, Dr. Dekker?
I don't think I am.
Thought it might be a perk. I'm sorry I spied on you. I was just getting worried that you weren't who you said you were. Just some mannerisms, strangeness. It's good you've adopted his dog, though. I'm not sure many people would have done. The thing that's following me, it doesn't have a face. I saw it close up when it was standing over me. It has no face, no eyes, no mouth, no nothing. Inside its hood is just space. Just a black hole. I tried to sleep through my extra hour. I didn't want to face it. That thing has been
yes,
taunting
exactly.
me. I wish I was still religious.
You really do have to be crazy to deal with these people.
Why would someone steal Dr. Dekker's prescription pad? I didn't even know he had one. Wow. That's a low blow, Doctor. And after all our sessions, I'm not a thief. Even the loan, that was just unfortunate. I prefer actions over words, Doctor. You know that. You really want to know?
Yes.
If I look down, it's writhing. Just limbs of people from the clubs and the bars. Not just from this week, but last week, last month, last year. They all look terrified, but somehow still alive. The creature. It's all inside them, poking holes through them that they shouldn't have. It just eats them. Slowly. The missing people. That's where they go. I don't know I'm doing it. I swear I don't, Doctor. The creature. I hear it. It's hungry. Nobody can know. It's our secret. That's not something I know about.
Okay.
I I can't explain what happened with John. He followed me back from the bar that night and swam with me under the ocean. I blacked out. He'd gone. You must have read about John in the news. He was a local student who went missing. He was a looker. And he had a way with words, but he was also a cheat. The creature liked eating him a lot.
Hi, Sal. It's been a while.
I can't explain what happened next.
How have you been? Also, we're talking about Cthulhu, not just,
I left him
Yeah.
to be eaten. And the next morning, he turns up in my bed at my house. He's not wet at all. No signs he's been in the sea, but he has holes in him. Lots of holes. His inside is on the outside. Just a ball of tangled worms. And now they're blaming
I've been
me.
okay.
You knew that, Doctor, didn't you? That's why I'm here.
Stuff has been messy, but I'm dealing with it. Or trying to.
They think I killed John. John and some others. They need to know whether I'm insane or not.
Oh, you definitely are.
No! The creature killed John. My lawyer. He says I'm insane, but that he needs you to rubber stamp it. Do you think I'm insane, Doctor?
Yes. But let's not answer that right now.
It's our secret. What will you tell people, that I'm feeding people to a creature at the bottom of the ocean? What proof do you have? You can't tell on me. You know what you do to me.
What do I do to you? I don't visit.
I let you do it because sometimes I'm ashamed of what I've done. You make me feel like I deserve it.
What? This game.
You get inside me, Doctor. And it hurts. And you don't care.
Okay, let's bring it back.
Why would I do that? Dr. Dekker transferred our loan agreement to Claire at Castleford. She bought him out. I owe her the money now. I don't know why she did it, but Dr. Dekker got repaid, and now my agreement is with Claire. You should ask her.
It's not that kind of inside and wholesome, no. Yes, she's insane.
Thank you, Doctor. That's all I ever needed to hear you say.
Is she gonna kill me now? I feel like she might kill me now.
You're a naughty one, Doctor. You know you visited my home. Why do you keep denying it?
Because I don't visit your home?
Don't you remember? That's a shame. You had fun. If you can't remember, I'm certainly not going to enlighten you.
Oh, come on.
I think you know who killed Dr. Dekker. So you're going to have a good day. Can we talk a bit about hypnotism, though?
Yes, let's talk about hypnotism.
I've heard you can plant key words in people when they're hypnotized. How would I know if I had any? I think that the hypnotism didn't take, but maybe Dr. Dekker did hypnotize me, and it did work, and he told me to think that it didn't. I think I found one of the key words. I can't say what it is. I don't want to trigger it. I was on the phone to my dad last night, and he said something, and boom, I fell asleep. Normally I wish that kind of thing would happen, but it just happened. I phoned him back. I thought it was seconds, but it was an hour later. I asked him what he'd said. He'd watched some NASA program. He was reading off planets. It was one of them.
Pluto's not a
Pluto's
planet.
not a planet, is it? And why are you even trying?
Of course you'd say that.
Things have been interesting. Thanks to Mariana. We went on a date. What sort of? She texted me this bar she was going to, and I just turned up. She can dance. I was transfixed most of the night. Next thing I know, I'm lying in my bed, at home. The room's spinning. The day moved forward. In fact, every night I go and watch Mariana dance, the day moves forward. Do you think Mariana likes me?
Yes.
Thanks, Doctor. That's what I'm hoping.
Working on it. Uranus is not an option.
His prescription pad's missing. The one with all the death threats on it. Do you think the murderer took it to cover their tracks?
Yes.
Claire Castleford. That's who's been writing the death threats on his prescription pad. I didn't really want to say, but I think people need to know now that it's gone missing.
Prescription. Yes. No! Prescription. Yes, thank you. Pad.
I never saw Dr. Dekker's prescription pad. I imagine he kept it hidden away. To stop people stealing it?
This isn't very, doctor-patient.
I've heard that name before. Is he a doctor too? Once I got here early and there was someone in Dr. Dekker's office. He said his name was Dr. Nathan and that he was a friend of Dr. Dekker's.
Of course he did.
He said he was returning a psychology book to do with time travel. And then he disappeared. Not literally, Doctor. Through the door. I mentioned it to Dr. Dekker, but he just smirked.
Time travel.
I read a book about time travel. I thought what was happening to me was a type of time travel. I couldn't control it, but at the end of each day, I would travel back in time to the beginning and live it over again. I'm like Doctor Who, but I don't have a TARDIS. And I can't choose what time I go to. Except once.
Tell me.
The doctor said she was legally still alive. The only thing they could do was starve her.
Oh, come
Hannah
on.
didn't die in the accident the first time around. It was worse than death. She wouldn't have wanted that. I was looking at a photo from around the time of the accident. I had a lot of alcohol, which I think was probably necessary. I jumped back to the junction. I started pulling out, but the lorry was already on us. I drove into the lorry to make sure. I didn't wake up in hospital. Because I woke up the next day, present day. Things had changed. I'm at peace with Hannah now. I
Good.
can save her. And I'll keep trying, but I must move forward. I did kind of ask you not to talk about this anymore, but I suppose you're not taking notes. Her obituary changed in the press clippings I kept. It said she was killed instantly. Nothing else changed. Her family seemed to hate me more, which is ironic because the first time around, they pulled her off life support. So I saved them the indignity. Now they just think it was my careless driving that caused her death. Dr. Dekker told me it was Claire Castleford. He said he knew who the culprit was, but he thought it was more fun that they didn't know that he knew. Madness. I was trying to find his bloody paper spike to stop him using it in our sessions. I was just going to take it, but one of the other patients walked in on me. I had to improvise. The worst thing about my condition is that people think they're asking me something for the first time. I get asked the same thing over and over again. I've actually lost track of what I've already told you and what you're supposed to know.
I'm sorry.
What if a truck driver had the same combination of sleeping tablets and alcohol that Dr. Dekker had? That doesn't prove a thing. Today, Doctor, today we will have fun. Other days I've told you who it is. Today you can work it out for yourself. Maybe that will move things forward for me.
Yes, hypnotism. Saturn works.
So he did plant me with something. I have absolutely no idea. Did you find out what the key word is? What is it? No. Don't say it. Write it down for me. And thank you. You know, there's something I've not been telling you. I don't want it to be triggered. It's about time travel. I haven't been lying. As far as everyone's concerned, she died in that car accident. Instantly. I didn't have time. I jumped back to the split second the accident happened. The truck was already on us. I swerved left the first time, so I tried right. If I could have saved her, I would have done. I didn't want her to die.
I did tell him he went into trance. Okay, let's go with notes. Notes.
I've got nothing.
Trance.
So he did plant me with something.
Okay, let's try Saturn again. Saturn. He just thinks he falls asleep, I guess. I'm gonna have so much fun with this. Hypnotism. Let's ask him about hypnotism. No. Hypnosis.
I've heard you can plant key words in people.
Okay, fine. Let's try keywords. Keywords. Yes, hi, I'm working on it. I'm just trying to think of how to say it.
I can't say what it is.
Okay, fine. We're done with him. We're done with her. We're done with her.
I'm good. I feel better.
She's wearing her hair
session,
down.
That was all negative. I don't want to be like that. I made you something. A little thank you for being so nice. They're cookies.
You cooked for me. Okay.
I'm a happy person. And really, what's the point of being miserable? It doesn't matter what's going on at work or anything. Happy is the only goal. Max told me that. I think some footballer might have said it. I told you about Max, right? Didn't I mention him before?
Yes, the guy you're dating who Mariana saw you at the pier with.
Yes, but you don't know the whole story.
You've known him for a few years.
Is 77. He was one of my patients. I thought he was dying, so I shifted for him.
No.
Became an old sweetheart of his, apparently.
No.
Only Max didn't die.
No.
He actually got better somehow.
No.
And then he came and asked me to do it again. Eleanor, her name was, or is. Like I say, he doesn't even know where she is now. But she obviously still loves him. When I shifted, I felt all fluttery and excited. It's so sweet, isn't it?
Oh, dear God, woman.
Yes, Max and Eleanor had dinner on Valentine's Day. I felt a bit weird when he asked me. But he said he just wanted to have one more date with her, and then he wouldn't ask me again. And to be fair, he was a perfect gentleman. I mean, I didn't want to have that conversation. What about the prescription pad? Yes, I took it. I had to. Someone was sending Dr. Dekker death threats. Had no idea. He never said anything to me about it.
My butt. This chair isn't comfortable for long periods of time.
Dr. Dekker told me he could use it to take away my gift. I could never hurt anyone. You have to believe me, Doctor.
Okay, let's try this.
I don't know why Max didn't die. It usually works. I just mean when I shift. They see their loved one and say what they have to say, and then there's nothing stopping them from moving on. Why? What did you think I meant?
That you killed them still.
Because Max didn't die, he saw me change back after I let go of his hand. There wasn't anything I could do about it. You're very welcome.
No! No, I didn't mean to press the hint again.
Usual stuff. Flour, sugar, butter, chocolate chips, and my special ingredients.
I know there's multiple endings, I read that, but I honestly don't know. I literally think any of them could be still.
You can put herbal remedies in food. The effect's more subtle, but it does work.
I haven't seen the game streamed before, so I don't know how obvious it is. But it sounds like it could be Claire. I'm not sure about Alien. I don't think it's Mariana, but she might be the craziest one of them. I don't think it's Nathan. Yeah, no, I think it's Claire. Maybe Alien.
I suppose he was just trying to cure me. I mean, I thought he believed that I could shift, but maybe he didn't.
Also welcome.
Maybe he was just humouring me the whole time.
Return pad? Can I get her to do that? No, come on. Pad.
Why don't you check your notes? Maybe there's something else you could ask me?
Didn't I ask her about the death threats? I did. Where's, there, yeah. Alien, yes.
Your patience will always be a bother, but you're caring for people. We do still care, don't we?
Bryce is... He's strange, and he definitely has issues, but I don't think he's the killer type, even though he did spy on me. I think he's unraveling in a different way. Okay, let's... Oh, accuse? What? Am I supposed to actually know by now? No, what? Oh, so that counts as a hint? Me pressing the accuse? Really? I don't think it's Yaya. I mean, Claire says that she made a deal to revive him. Why would she tell me that if she'd actually killed him when she admits that she sort of killed him by neglect? Was that in the game or was that out there? Hang on. It sounded almost like thunder. I don't think it's Nathan. Huh. I'm at the point where I could win the game. Because I get to... Do you hear that? Like, rumbling, sort of. I think it's in the game. Or wind. Anyway, I'm at the point where I could win the game if I guess the right killer. But I don't think... I honestly don't know who of them it could be. And I don't know who it is. Okay, good. I'm not crazy, and it's in the game. And Yaya thinks I am crazy, and I don't know how many achievements I have for Thunder. No, not Thunder. For Insanity. I don't think I have that many. I think it might be Aileen putting stuff in the cookies, and she's done with me now, which is why she wants to kill me, which is why she's giving me cookies. You know, I really don't have any clue, and now I'm feeling all this performance anxiety because I know there's an extra achievement if you don't guess it wrong the first time. Oh, it's raining in the background. I can see it now. I wasn't paying attention before. No, I am not the killer. I am not an option. I am not an option. But I know I didn't do well. I know I don't have very many of the... Hi, Alejandro. I don't have very many of the questions answered. Okay, so ProSale said he doesn't know. Clock, do you have a guess? Ash, do you have a guess? You two are the ones, aside from ProSale and me, who have been here the most. I mean, I guess I probably would have known if I'd paid more attention and, you know, figured out how to use the keywords properly. But, did Ash disappear? Okay, let's have a vote. Between the people in here, we have Bryce, who time travels and teleports. We have Claire, who killed her husband and thinks she can reanimate people. We have Yaya, who doesn't have any special talents that we know of. We have Aileen, who is an angel of death. We have Mariana, who's Cthulhu's, like, sidekick. And we have Nathan. No. Cthulhu did not get to Ash. And we have Nathan, who thinks he's in a time loop. Because I honestly have no clue. No one? Not a single vote? Well, I'm lost for words about what to ask them. Because Nathan blames Claire for writing the death threats. But Claire says that Nathan was pretending to be a doctor to get the... and Aileen is the one who actually stole the pad. You know what? If Nathan wants to blame Claire, I'm gonna think it's Nathan.
Doctor, really? You said I was guilty yesterday too. And here we are. Again. Nobody's gonna miss him. You've talked to the patients here. He was the problem.
Was it Nathan?
He cursed me, I'm sure, and with 2 weeks of straight days after his death. What more proof do you need? I'll tell you what I told the police yesterday. Dr. Dekker phoned me on Valentine's evening, and shortly afterwards, I was standing in his office holding a paper spike covered in his blood. I had no idea how I got there or what I did.
Hypnosis.
I just woke up like that. There was a suicide note, I took it. I'll show it to the police, but not to you. I think Dekker wanted me to kill him. I think he called me and activated some kind of kill switch because he wanted to end it all. That's going to be difficult to prove, but if you're showing them today's footage, make sure you show them the part where you activate me. You failed to do that yesterday. What do I need to say to get you to believe I'm innocent, Doctor? Tell me.
I guess I was right. Maybe. I did it! Or rather, ProSale did it. GG ProSale! Insanity. Well, I know that. That's Einstein.
I'm not really sure what you'd call it. Mutually assured delusions? I think Dr. Dekker was projecting his weird fantasies on me, and it was just going to be easier to go along with it, to participate. I feel much better now I know I didn't hurt anyone. I didn't hurt anyone. Did I?
It looks like Terry won't be coming back. She hasn't been in for a while, and I thought she just had a bug or something, but from what I've heard, it's not good. Apparently, she's in intensive care, and they can't figure out what's wrong with her.
I can.
Well, I'm not going to lie. Work's much easier without her watching over me. Does that make me a horrible person?
There's no need to go over old ground. I understand. David died when I stabbed him, and everything else since, everything else that's happened, that was all me. David, Anushka's father, Iris. What's next for me, Doctor? How do we cure what I have? By all accounts, and thanks to a very unfriendly jury, it seems like we're going to have quite a lot of time to figure that out.
I think I was in my own head too much, manifesting things that weren't there. But I'm very much an art connoisseur now. It's definitely helping keeping me sane. I realise that I'm a very visual person, and paintings can keep me occupied for hours. I go to Providence whenever I get the time. It's the local art gallery here. The best time to go is late at night. You get the place all to yourself.
Ah, you must be the new doctor. And punctual, I see.
Wait,
I
what?
like that in a doctor. I think you're going to fit in just great around here. Oh, I forgot. I have a book for you. It's my must-read of all time. And by must-read, I mean you must read it.
Okay.
The curse continues at Dr. Dekker's psychiatry practice, where another physician has been murdered by a patient. Found by night cleaning staff, Dr. Dekker's replacement was pinned to the chair with a paint spike, in what police are describing as a copycat murder. Jaya. You're supposed to be looking after them. How many more do we have to go through before you get a good one?
Whoops. Well, thank you. What are they called? Dekker Studios, Dekker. I'm sorry. I'm not good with names. I think there probably is. If I ask enough correct questions, where Daveki, that's what I was trying to say. Where I don't find myself, like, confronted by Nathan that way. If I find a second safe word, or trigger word, or whatever. Okay, so let's see, stats. That's pretty good. 116 responses found. 16 hints, like 14 of them were accidental. But yeah. So that is a Nathan is the Killer playthrough. I don't think I'll be playing it again, at least not straight away. But I think I will keep the Women's Crush Wednesday theme going, and I'm not sure what game I want to play next week. Yaya did have some suggestions. She wanted games with a female protagonist, so Tomb Raider, Horizon Zero Dawn, Hellblade. Although that might not be women's crush, that might also just be more insanity, but yeah. But anyway, thank you for hanging out over these, like, 8-10 hours I've been playing this. And, yeah, I will see you next week. Oh, no, actually, you will see me Friday. Friday is, How to Survive Zombies. Actual zombies, not just reanimated corpses of husbands. And if you want to, we can do a raid. Otherwise, you can just go on with your day.